welcome to my channel. So today we are going to get this look. You saw the pictures at the beginning of the video. That's gonna be the final result in photo form anyway. But yeah, so if you're ready, we're gonna go ahead and start and get this look. And this back. I have already moisturized, so I'm not gonna do that step for you, but I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna start with my eyes today. So let's see. All right, so I'm gonna start with a Mary Kay Eye Makeup Primer, and I'm just gonna put it on my eyelids all over. I'm gonna use what they call your princess finger, and that's because that is one of your weakest fingers and you want to be as gentle as you can be around your eye area. So I'm just gonna go ahead and push that in there. I have to definitely prime my eyes because I am one to get very oily, and any makeup look that I do, it ends up becoming crazy. And I'm gonna go ahead and set it. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe palette, and I'm gonna use this color right here. And I'm just gonna put this all over my eye area, just to set that primer. All right. So next, I'm going to go in with a transition color. So let me decide which one of those it's going to be today. So I'm gonna go in with this color, and I'm going to mix it with this color. And I'm just gonna put it a little above my crease area and blend it in. All right, so next I'm gonna go in with a darker color in my crease area, and I'm gonna use my Modern Renaissance Anastasia, probably said that wrong, palette, but I'm going to go in with these two, right there. And I'm not gonna go all the way across, I'm just gonna kind of go to the end of where my crease ends to about the middle point, and I'm just gonna do kind of a windshield wiper motion, and then I'm gonna kind of roll it around to the side. And if you get a little under here, that's okay, we can clean that up with our foundation and concealer, so don't worry too much about that. I'm gonna go ahead and make the other side match. And I am very hooded, so whenever I go into my crease area, I kind of push so that it kind of transitions, or maybe transition is the wrong word, but it goes a little above it too, so it's not just a line in my crease area. Okay, and now that that is there, now I am going to kind of take any of the extra, and just to blend it, I'm going to go the rest of the way through my crease. Just so it's not such a harsh line in the middle of my eye. And then whenever I had my transition color brush, I'm gonna go ahead and tap back into those same two colors that I did for my transition, and I'm now gonna go back a little above my crease, and I'm gonna blend. And you just wanna blend until you don't see as harsh of lines. So on my lid, I am going to brighten some of this up, and I'm gonna go in with Vermeer from my Modern Renaissance palette. That third one at the top. And I am gonna go up to where my crease begins. And I'm gonna drag it over, but I'm gonna do only about 2/3 of the way across my eye. I'm not gonna go all the way over. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go do this side. So with that being said, I'm gonna go back in with my crease brush, and I'm gonna go and blend in the crease again and add a little more color back. And if you need to repeat this step with going back in with your transition color to now blend that again, it's just a repeat process until everything looks beautifully blended. All right, so that is what we have so far. We are not done, so we are gonna go ahead and take a break from our eyes, and we are now going to prime our face and do our foundation. First, prime my face. Again, I use the Mary Kay primer. And I'm going to be careful to not get it under my eye area, just because it is said that it can it doesn't formulate to your skin the same way that it does the rest of your face, and you just want to make sure you just kind of leave that area alone. So now that that is all rubbed in, just kind of helps some of my pores not be so noticeable, because we all know that struggle. I am feeling a little more full coverage today, not my BB cream kind of thing, so I'm gonna go in with the Covergirl, and it is in the shade Buff Beige. I typically just put it on the back of my hand and then go in with my beauty blender. So I'm just gonna put that on my face and start blending it in. You want to be mindful to get your ears and your neck, just so you don't got a line. Alright, so I'm feeling pretty good with that. And let's see. I'm going to then go ahead and do my concealer. I just use a Wet n Wild one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and draw a line down my nose. I'm going to do a V and then a line in the middle of my forehead crease. I put a little line there. I am gonna do a triangle shape under my eyes. I'm not going to go way over here because when I blend out, it's gonna come over there anyway. And I do put a little bit here and here, and then a little bit on my chin. So then I'm just gonna take the same damp beauty blender and I'm just gonna start blending that into my skin. Alright. So now that I have that taken care of, I am gonna go ahead and set the concealer. I'm just gonna use my Too Faced powder and put that under there. I get very oily, so I tend to put it kind of everywhere. And while that sits, I'm gonna go ahead now and go into my brows. So I'm gonna use the NYX Eye Brow Pencil. And I am not very good at these. I am still learning, but I am going to show you what I do. You can see some of my dry skin. Yee. I'm just gonna brush up the other side. And then I am going to go ahead and follow my line of my brow. Just kind of draw underneath it. And I do bring it out a little bit because I kind of don't have a tail, so I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of create one. And then I am going to just kind of fill them in a bit because they are a bit thin. And I do draw a little bit above it, but I don't follow the entire brow like I did on the bottom. And then I'm just going to take the end that has the brush and I'm just gonna work in the color that I put just to blend it. I'm gonna brush back up. And then I just take the brush and I gently glide it across just to make the hairs lay the way that I want them to. And then there's a couple spots that are still kind of bare, so let me fill those in as well. And then repeat the process, brush back up. Gently glide across and glide down to create the shape that I want. And that is what I do. And then I'm just gonna repeat it on this side. All right, so that is my brows and they are complete. Now I am going to go ahead and take this fluffy brush and I am going to knock off all that excess powder. And just blend into my skin. Alright, and now we are going to go in with some bronzer. I'm going to go ahead and dip into my butter bronzer. The stuff smells addicting. That's probably not a best way to say that, but it smells really good. It is addicting. But I'm gonna go ahead and follow the bottom of my cheekbone. Not the apples of my cheek, but kind of underneath it. And I'm gonna go up into my hairline. And then I'm gonna take a little bit more and I'm gonna go on the outer edges of my hairline as well. If it wasn't such a dark shade, I'd put it all over my face. It smells that good. And this is also gonna help just put some more color back into your skin from the foundation and not the highlighter, from the foundation and the concealer. So we're gonna go ahead and bring some life back into that face. I am gonna put a little bit under here, not that there's much you can do about this, but I'm gonna try. Own it, just gotta own it. It's there. So with that being said, I do like to go back in with my Too Faced and go under here just to clean it up a bit in case I went a little too down with my brush. and it just makes it look a little more nicer and a lot more blended. So I'm just gonna follow that bottom line, even under that bottom line. Like that. I'm gonna let that go ahead and sit there. And I'm gonna move on to my blush. I've been really into this one, the Wet n Wild Ombre blush. I just like the way that it looks a lot. And that's pretty much. I'm gonna stick more to the bottom part though, just because I want a little more pink in my face today, since I was going for a pinky neutral natural look anyway. So with this, I think it's very important to smile. That way you can get your apples of your cheeks not blend in too much with where you put your bronzer. It will some, but it needs to be more focused on your apples. So we're gonna go in. So for today, for my highlighter, I am going to be using this Maybelline Strobing Liquid highlighter. I tend to just put a little bit on the back of my hand as well. A little bit goes a long way, but then again, if you want to go crazy with it, it's highlighter. Have at it. So I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to dip into it. And then I'm going to follow the top of my cheekbone and just blend it in. And I tend to keep it a little more thinner just because I like the more precise look of it. I'm just blending, blending, and blending. That looks good. And then I am going to take the same brush that I knocked my powder off, and I'm just going to kind of go over that as well. Just to blend it a little more. And I'm also going to go ahead and knock off this excess powder. Alright, so as of now, this is kind of where we are. And what we're going to do next is I'm going to go back in and do some more with my eyes at this point. I'm going to bring back my Modern Renaissance palette. And I am going to take this smaller smudger brush. And I'm going to dip into the same two colors, these two, that I did on my crease area. Just to put some color on that bottom. I just feel like it ties in more of the eye look together. And I'm going to start in the outer corner and work my way in. And I'm going to go more not so light-handed on the outside as I move on the inside, just to kind of create an illusion of it getting lighter as I get closer to the inner corner. And if needed, you can always take a Q-tip, and if you feel that you went a little too dark, you can just either go more up and get some of the color off, or you can always use eye makeup remover and remove it and start over if needed. So I'm now going to go in and do I'm not really feeling a wing today, so I think I'm just gonna do my mascara. And you just want to massage those into the eyelashes. I do baby windshield wiper mode just to try to get every strand that I can so that it has the mascara put on it. One thing to be mindful of is when you're dipping into your mascara, if you didn't already know this, you don't want to pump it. That puts air in there and that can cause it to dry out faster. You can put bacteria in there for it to grow. You just want to be pumping as little as you can. And if you also didn't know, try to replace your mascara roughly every 3 months, just to keep them as sanitary as possible. If you use them more often, stick to the 3-month rule. If you use them maybe a couple times a week, then you can always space it out a little farther than that, but just be mindful that you do want to replace your mascaras when it's time. Never fails, this one on the end, it always does something crazy. I guess I could have curled my eyelashes, but you know, live and learn. So I did get a little bit under here, so I am gonna go ahead and take a Q-tip. And while it's wet, I'm just gonna rub gently over it. If that doesn't work, maybe it dried too fast or whatever it might be, I might go in with some eye makeup remover just to kind of get that off. So what I think I'm gonna do is go ahead and go in with my Far Soli highlighter. Probably said that wrong, but I'm gonna put that on the tip of my nose, my Cupid's bow, and I'm going to put some in my eyebrow, like where it bows in some, and some in my inner corner. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna start with my eyebrow bow, and this is just gonna make your eyebrow seem more arched, and it's gonna also bring a little more life to that color on the top. Go and put some in my inner corner. Just gonna use my finger. And then I'll blend it in. So the same brush that I did earlier for my eye, for the actual hood of my eye, that's the brush I'm gonna go back in to blend it with. Already had shimmer on it, so why not? It's a bit extreme. So I'm just gonna take some of that off. Nope, not liking it. So, time to get that off. So by doing that, I did lose some of my foundation there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little more on the back of my hand. Go back in there. Okay. And for that being said, I'm gonna go in with a different brush and a different color for the highlighter on my inner corner. So I'm actually gonna go in with my pencil brush, and I'm gonna go in with Tempera from my Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm gonna use that as my inner corner highlight. And then I'm gonna take the same brush that I did my transition color in, and I'm gonna blend that in. So next, I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna do a little bit of contour on my nose. I'm gonna go back in with my Butter Bronzer. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to our lips, and lot of choices, so let's see what I'll go with. I'm gonna go in with this color, and it is a Bare Minerals in the color Notorious, and it's just a sample that I got, I think, for my birthday package or something like that. And I'm gonna go in and put them on my lips. So. And last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face, and I'm gonna use Fix Plus, of course, and I'm gonna spray it on my face. So I'm gonna do a cross, and I'm going to do an X. That little highlight there, but you know. So this is it. This is the final look, and I am really glad if you stayed to the end of this video. If you liked it, I hope you subscribe and let me know if there's a different look you want me to try or whatever it might be. But yeah, I hope you have a great day and hopefully see you again soon. Bye!